Here we are looking at the living waters tree. I have section C laid down on the ground. I'm going to show you the simple step of deconstructing and removing this section into thirds. This section completely spans a total length of 24 feet from end to end, considerably too large to transport or store anywhere. So we're slicing it in thirds so that we end up moving 8-foot wide pieces there. So you can see I'm finding an existing seam, and since we used 8-foot stock to construct this, you can see naturally we had to seam these 8-foot sections together. And so just taking a breakaway knife, I'm simply going to score into that existing seam. Now you'll see a kind of a sticking point. That's because there are scab braces behind here that I have to get through. So you can see it looks like I was able to get through here. And so now, in order to really get through the whole thing, I'm going to have to raise this up and look at it from the back side. All right, here we are. And you can see where the blade was able to penetrate right through that scab, but obviously not quite through here, and definitely not through this wood. And so what we're going to do is from the back now, lightly take our blade and run it. There we go. And so we kind of just will have to work back and forth. Running down this wood brace here, I can see there's a screw that looks like it toes right through here into this wood, or probably straight down. And so I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to pop this right out so that we can make sure that that brace is free. So we'll go ahead and put our drill there. All right, there we go. You can see that that loosened it free, and there you heard that glue pop. So that's what we're going to do. Now, chances are I'm going to feel behind here to make sure there's no fastener, which there is not, in which case I'm going to continue trying to pop this wood brace, and it's not coming clear. I'm feeling back here to see what it may be. And so what I'm going to do is run my blade in here, and I'm just going to kind of poke in there. Now when you're using a breakaway knife like this to cut foam, you don't want to think of it as one pass and done. You have to think of it as taking it in pieces. And so that's what I'm going to do. I can see the seam there. So as much as is possible, run a straight line, kind of score that groove, and then run down here. There we go. All right, now, and this is why this process is delicate. You can see we started to actually split here. That lets me know there's a lot of glue back there. In which case, now what I'm going to do, instead of muscle it, because we don't want to tear this, I'm going to get a wide, and I'm going to try to break that foam up with a nice wide spatula. See, it's going to cut right there. It's going to slice that foam away. Slice that adhesive away from the foam rather, and then it looks like it's still bound pretty good in there, and so I'm just going to do the same thing from the other direction. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. There we go. So you can see, because I was able to get all the way through, that whatever glue back there, I was able to break it free. All right, we'll be able to see. Okay, it's becoming a little bit more free. There we go. Now it looks like I'm going to have to get 2 hands on this so that I don't break it. There we go. And that's how we broke that free. And so we're going to leave that support brace on because that will further act as a guide for reconstruction. And if you look closely there at the seam there, we were still able to be very straight and factory cut. And we turn around here to the front of the tree. You can see the seam is clear and there was no damage to the artwork on the front. That's how we do it.